which was on how to raise your frequency and increase your vibration. You know, somebody did say that the easiest way to do that is just go into a state of joy and happiness. Yes, it is. That's like, in a way, you just go into that state. But the thing is that everything in life is a journey. Even our days are journeys, night and day. Everything is a journey that we discover and experience. So if you just say, okay, just get to that state of joy and happiness, how do you get there? That's the thing. For some of us, it's not so easy. For some of us, it is. So we're all different. And it's like, for example, you're telling somebody who is tired and cannot sleep, you say, just go to sleep and you will feel fine. But what if the person is suffering from insomnia? How do you get through that process? So that's the thing. You must understand that we're always in a journey. There's no beginning, there's no end. When do I start learning and being spiritual? Anytime now. You don't need to wait for a certain time. You don't need to wait till you're older or you're going through difficulties. No, it's anytime. So it's this state of how do you raise the frequency and vibration? How do you raise our vibration? There are many things really. It's a process. So for me, what I do is that the morning routine is very, very important, because the morning is a beginning. Every day is a beginning of our life, and we start again and again. So what I do is I raise it first by drinking water. And why water is so important? We are 77% water, and when we have actually good water in our system, we can actually raise our vibration. There's this scientist, some of you have heard of him, Dr. Masaru Emoto, and he talked about the water crystallization, water crystal theory, about how water right vibration has actually a more beautiful design. So the good water actually affects our vibration. So what we consume in water actually helps us a lot in raising our vibration. Since we are mostly made of water. So I think some of you probably know about good water. I try to make my own holy water. What I do is I pour a glass of water and I pray on it, on the mug, and I actually do a prayer, and I raise the vibration of the water, and then I drink it. That's holy water. If you're actually really going into prayer. So you're passing the vibration from your hand to the glass, and then you're raising the vibration. Anybody can do it, because we are all spirit. We are all spiritual beings. It's about the level of focus. Some of us can focus more. Some of us are higher in vibration. It's more effective. Let's say, for example, the spiritual masters, the pastors and all that, they are higher vibration. That's why when they do pray and they blow over water, it's high vibration, and you drink it, you feel healed. The same thing. It's a process. So we can all do it. Second thing what I do is that I do some grounding. Grounding is barefoot walking on the grass, on the ground, because we are surrounded by so much Wi-Fi and the EMF waves from the mobile phones that we have affected by all the positive ions. So we need to actually drain it all out. That reduces our vibration, so we need to drain it out to raise our vibration. So being in nature, a little bit of nature every day. I try to do that. I do a little bit of barefoot walking on the grass, and then it drains out and strengthens me and raises my vibration. If you don't do that, you can actually get sick. So that's another thing. When your vibration goes down lower than the frequency, which is the healthy frequency of about 70 hertz, 68 to 70 hertz, you can get sick. So barefoot walking helps. The other thing which I do regularly is that I try to take raw food and vegetables as much as possible every week or every day, a little bit or as much or more, because again, that's something which many people do know, is that these are high vibration foods. I definitely don't keep away from processed foods. So it's a physicality. It's not just going to that state, okay, I'll be in joy, but it's physical and spiritual. So the spirit and the physical, it's all this attuning that you need to do. So more raw foods in the diet. And what I do is also water fasts. I try to do about 2 water fasts a year. One thing about the water fast, again, it detoxes my system of the heavier elements. So those who are going to water fast for the first time, you're going to find your body is filled with heavier elements, which comes from all the food we eat, when we eat out and all that, they have it there, the sugars and all that. So it would be those heavier elements brings us down, brings down a vibration. So the water fasting, which we should all do, start with one day, is a great way to raise the vibration very quickly. Anybody can do it. Yes, water fast. So just water the whole day. Mineral water, is ideal, because the minerals are good for you. Or you can take distilled water, but distilled water is a little harder for the body. So, yes. Right, water fast. But what I do is that I do a 3-day, once a year. A 3 days something magical about a 3-day water fast is that the body goes in the state of ketosis. When it goes in the state of ketosis, this means the stomach stops asking for food from outside. It starts feeding on the unwanted elements in the body. You could say that the dead cells, the scar tissues, the tumors, it starts feeding on that. All those things affect the vibration, you see? So when it goes to a state of ketosis, that happens by the 3rd day. Because that's something really special. For some people, maybe by the 2nd day, 3rd day, or 4th day, but on average, by the 3rd day, and then you start feeling a totally different person. The real detox happens, and you will feel your spirit expand. We are body, we are soul, and we are spirit. So the thing is that when we shift away remove the heavier elements, we are expanding the spirit. We can actually connect to God more. So, but that is another topic. So that's the thing. Raising vibration is linked to the expansion of the spirit. As in, some people would say, becoming larger than life, which is layman terms. So again, 3-day fast, once a year is enough, not more than that. Resets the whole system. Our organs go back by 10 years. Something really special, and I think many surgeons and scientists are discovering that. Also, the other thing is being aware of our emotions. Okay, we can do all those things, but it's important to be aware of our emotions. Stay away from guilt and shame. Stay away from people who try to make you feel guilty or shame you. You know, guilt and shame are the two lowest frequency emotions. Guilt is in fact almost close to death. There have been prisoners who have died of guilt in their prison cells because it is almost like close to death. And yes, that keeps the vibration very, very low. And it can literally kill you. So stay away from people who make you feel guilty or put the blame on you for everything. Stay away from them. Stay away from shame. And also be mindful not to do that to others. See, we are important to others, and we need to understand that we need to make others feel good. So we are not here alone, we are here together to bring each of us up. Now, I'll just give a little bit scientific information. According to Hawkins scale, if you're familiar, Hawkins scale is a map of consciousness. Joy. Wow, joy is 540 hertz, one of the highest frequencies. Fear is only 100 hertz. Sadness and grief is only 75 hertz. So, and guilt and shame goes down to 20 hertz, 30 hertz. So that's the thing to understand. So this is just scientifically we understand that actually all these things are measured, and to be aware of these emotions. Right. The other thing about raising your vibration and frequency actually is by listening to the right music. What I do is that when I'm writing or when I'm researching, I'm just sitting down, relaxing, or I'm not feeling too well, I listen to certain kinds of frequency music. There's the love frequency music, which is tuned to 5 to 8 hertz. You can actually look for that. A lot of the classical music has the C sharp. The C sharp has the A equals to 432 hertz. The A equals 432 is the frequency, all right frequency. So now it harmonizes our body. So Bach, some music from Bach, some music from Beethoven. I know Beethoven Movement 2, Beethoven 7 Movement 2 is the right frequency for healing. So it has a love frequency of 5 to 8 hertz. So those things, another way to raise your frequency. Listen to the right music. There is a lot of music out there which are not attuned to the right frequency of how we are designed. There's a little bit of history on that. I can talk about another day about how back in history that we were misled, and a lot of music was tuned to a slightly different frequency. And now we're moving back to the correct frequency of 432 hertz. So many things we can do. It's not just one answer. It's really being aware of many of the things. I would also say surround yourself more with people who love you, who support you. Love frequency. Surround yourself, move away from people who put you down. This is beyond what I said about the guilt and shame. So try to stay away from people who put you down. Maybe sometimes it'll be good to hear what they say, but don't keep your distance a little bit. It's always good to get some constructive feedback because we're not perfect. You can hear what people say about us and what maybe they have something constructive or positive, some feedback to give us. We may not be able to handle it well, but try to safeguard yourself and keep a distance a little bit, You don't always have to see them. But those who interact with, surround with people who love you and who really are there for you no matter what and are there for your purpose. Because ultimately, why are we raising our vibration? Is to achieve our purpose on this planet. That really is what it is. Why are we here? We are here to conduct some kind of change. All of us are change makers, so we need to change our frequency. You don't get just born with it. It's something that you need to do. It's a journey. Another thing I would say, the last point I would say about raising our frequency is try to reduce the dependence on standard pharmaceutical products, because our bodies are not designed for regular use of drugs. Those pharmaceutical products, because those chemicals are not designed for our body. We're not made for that. And that's the reason why drugs are given in small quantities. That's the reason why, because we can't deal with it. I have not taken medicine for a couple of years. And I'm not saying that you should all stop, because it takes time for the body to strengthen itself, build its own immunity. It took me, like I said, everything is gradual. you do various things, so that it is a gradual process, it's a journey. Your own body is going through a journey, and the body is not separate from this. The body is not separate from the spirit, from the soul. We're all interconnected. Meditation, of course. I do meditation twice a day, morning and night. That definitely raises the vibration. Going into worship. Worship is actually going to praise, and you can move up the realms if you become an expert in that. That when you raise your vibration, you move up the realms. So meditation and worship, prayer, alongside with the physical things that we need to do, the barefoot walking, the food we eat, all that combined. Staying away from pharmaceutical products and taking more holistic, taking more water, both combined. It's the divine and the natural. It's not one or the other. Some people will say to you, you don't need, you just meditate is good enough. No, you need both. It's the divine and the natural.